First day home after being away for a few days at work. Got home a little bit late today. On the way home I had to stop and go to a union meeting to see what's going on with the company and whether or not we're going to end up on strike. So one of the first things I needed to do was come out and check the wood boiler and see how it's doing on wood. This time of year the only thing it does is heat our hot water, so it doesn't burn very quickly at all. I filled it up when I left 4 days ago. Let's see if you can see. There's still quite a bit of wood left in there. Alicia said that the battery on the Premier One fence she thinks is getting a little bit on the weak side, that the solar panel's not charging it up enough. Periodically I think that happens. So we're going to swap out an extra battery that we have here on the farm on that one, bring it down to the house, throw it on the battery charger, and swap them back out again tomorrow. So first things first, this is that's my smallest saw. It's a trim saw that I use whenever I'm climbing trees and trimming them, but it's easy to use and lightweight for this job, and it doesn't use as much fuel so first things first, the chain needs tightened up. Now on most chainsaws there's a bolt, 2 bolts, and a little screw here, and this will tension. The bolt loosens up so that the bar gets a little loose. It's what holds the bar and the side cover on. This little screw adjusts a tensioner that slides the bar in and out and will give the chain more tension. So on this particular saw it only has one. Just loosen it up, tighten that, turn that, it just takes a little bit. Don't want it too tight. That's about perfect. Tighten it back up. That's all there is to that. Now this is the smallest saw that Echo makes. Weighs about 5 pounds versus your standard trim saw, it weighs about 10. There's a cost to that. It doesn't have the power that the bigger saws have. But I had them do some work on it, soup it up, poured it, do some other things. It's a really neat design here. Instead of having to use a tool to loosen up your gas caps, the pull cord fits right in there and loosens them up for you. Fill her up with fuel, the extra battery, and a crescent wrench, and we'll go out and get a little bit of work done before it gets dark. Low on bar oil, and I didn't make it to the store, so motor oil, that'll work. This will probably spill everywhere. This is 100 octane aviation fuel running at 40 to 1. 1 instead of your standard 50 to 1. Lubricates a little bit better. It has a 5-year shelf life, so it's not going to go bad. My 2-cycle motors either get used a lot all at once, or they get used, sit for months on end when they don't get used. So to avoid the carburetor problems, I'll pay a little bit more for my fuel and have the longer shelf life. All right, now we're ready to go.
Dinner's ready.
Maybe after dinner. It is ready. Look at that.
I made keto-friendly turkey tetrazzini. See, it's got spaghetti squash instead of noodles. Goat's milk to make the sauce. Yum yum.
I'm driving out to check out the swarm traps from a distance. And, well, dead log right there. A few other things. So I'm going to get a little bit of that for the boiler while we're out here. I got Sawyer on the driving, and I've got Gabriel running the camera. Let's see how well this. Oh, and don't forget the world famous. Well, there she is, May, farm dogging it up. Here we go. Let's see how this works out. We don't choke. It's my first day back after several. I'm also, while I'm down here, checking on the pasture conditions for what the goats have. You can see, well, they've thinned that out quite a bit over here compared to the way it was earlier. But down this way, there's still quite a bit left. I'd like to see them eat it down a little bit more, so I'm going to leave them in here a few more days and monitor it. This little bit of dead tree limbs and things that are down, that'll heat our water for 2 or 3 days this time of year. What do we have out here?
Hi. This is a meadow creature broadfork. This thing's a beast. They have one model that's a little bigger than this one. Whew, it's heavy.
So what are you doing?
I'm trying to loosen this row here. I'm leaving a pathway so that I can put peppers out. And Gabriel wants to come through with a hoe and redo it a little bit. I don't know how much it actually needs done, but that's what he wants to do. Full workout. Pushing, you got pulling, you got lifting.
If you're gonna do that, you gotta do the farm fit thing.
I'm not as strong as he is, farm fit.
I'm gonna see if I can talk her into letting me finish in the broad fork so she can go over here and start getting her peppers in the ground. You can go get your pepper stuff ready?
Sure, I can do that. Yeah. He'll be way done with this before I ever get the peppers all ready. These guys needed to go in the ground 2 weeks ago, some of them. So let's get to work. I'm trying to separate these peppers out. Some of them are tiny, some of them are huge. So I'm trying to make sure I get at least 2 of each variety. I have lots of extra peppers. So yeah, these are Tabasco peppers right here. So I want to put these out there. Got a whole row of Tabasco peppers. Got some sugar rush peach peppers. I got bigger ones that'll be going in the garden. So I got some Tabasco, some lipstick, some YOLO, some D Napoli. One exciting thing I did find just a minute ago, I didn't know if any survived. I have one Corbachi pepper. One. I think I planted, somebody sent me some seeds, I think I planted like 5, so I'm hoping this makes it. What else do we have? Some purple beauties, some violet sparkles, some coral bells. I have some that are like a rainbow mix. I don't know what they'll turn out as. I have some that are called lilac bell peppers. Lots of purple, huh? So I'm just kind of gonna take a bunch of these out there and we'll see what we can fit.
There she comes with some peppers.
Got another tray.
Well,
Look at you.
I smell them.
Okay. Yeah?
It's so soft.
I know. So our Commander Fluffball had horrible, horrible mats. We didn't know how to help get him out. Isabel was trying to brush him. It wasn't working, so Matt clippered him down. Poor baby. Hurting his poor pride. He looks like he's... he looks like he's gotten over it some now. Last night he was so miserable. Okay. I just uploaded our first part of the leaf mulch video, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit more because it's not something we really addressed. Then I'm gonna go get in the shower. You know, it's cloudy, but it's still pretty warm today, especially for this time of year. It's a little bit warmer than I'd like. So as you've been watching, we've been mulching these pepper plants we just got planted today. So I'm gonna let Matt talk to you a little bit about the benefits of the leaf mulch and the history behind it.
So the leaf mulch, years ago before we were here, our garden area was completely dead dirt from an excavation.
About the color of your shirt.
Yeah, it just wouldn't even grow weeds for 3 years. So we went to a little get together and a fellow told us about the leaf mulch I could pick up at that municipality. And of course he was an organic guy, and I asked if he was concerned with, you know, chemicals and all the other stuff. Realistically, the leaves are on the ground, what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before they suck them up. And there's a very limited amount of people that probably actually put chemicals on their yard. So, and then with composting process, probably pretty safe on it. But the benefits were incredible. But then it'll rot down.
It suppresses the weeds.
It suppresses the weeds, it holds in the moisture, and then it'll rot down. And your dirt, it adds so much biomass and health to worms. That dead dirt we had at our other residence, within 3 years, it looked like potting soil out there. But as the year progresses, you'll be able to see how much nicer the weeds are, and then of course next year how much it builds up our soil. And anytime you can add organic material into your ground and your dirt and build your soil, I mean that's what it's all about. Happy dirt, happy worms, happy microbes.
Happy bellies.
Exactly. Looks like I might get lucky and get her to maybe make me some wilted lettuce tonight.
Yes, we have a lot of lettuce. A lot of lettuce. We had some Swiss chard for lunch, Isabel and I did, so with eggs.
Now, our potatoes, as you can see, we've got one row that's fairly decent on the potatoes here. Now a lot of this has
diatomaceous earth, it's called, or DE.
She likes to call it DE. A lot of people may or may not know what DE is. I'm not really sure what it is. It kills bugs and it's organic. That's about all I know.
It's powdered, ancient, fossilized coral, basically. So
anyway, so we had one row come up pretty decent, but we had a lot of rain and it got a little cool. So I think the rows here, the majority of the potatoes, they rotted under the ground. So I don't know what we're going to do to fill in the holes there just yet.
Isabel and I put some more seed potatoes in between some of these rows, so we're going to see if they take off. Otherwise, we just have a whole lot of wasted space in here, which actually I used one hill for peppers. So
anyway, so we've got to do something. The weeds are getting horrible, so since she put the extra potatoes out, I haven't went in here and leaf mulched this yet because I was worried the potatoes may not come through the leaf mulch. That's why we have this weedy mess. So it's kind of hard to sell how wonderful the leaf mulch is when you have a weedy mess in part of the garden, but that's the reason behind that. And
it took a little longer to get the leaf mulch this year than what we planned.
It did. And we might need to go through in between our carrots here and put a light coating of leaf mulch in there. A light coating won't suppress the weeds as well, but we need to build the soil. So we need to go ahead and put that in there. Something that really stuck with me, Jess, is God is in the garden. And oh my goodness, the passion that woman has from Roost and Refuge is amazing.
One of the things Jess said to me, actually it was in a prayer, she prayed with Matt and I, she prayed for pockets full of seeds of hope. And that phrase has stuck with me, and I am hoping that all of our viewers, I'm going to pray for you that pockets full of seeds of hope will be passed on to you, and you will have many blessings as well. Have a beautiful day, and God bless.